Now that everyone is back, let's get started.
And now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session.
Hey, welcome back. It's been a little bit. Sorry about that. I had lung inflammation out of nowhere. Had to go to the ER for it and didn't want to voice act while I was trying to recover from that. But it's all better already. I think I'm allergic to the moving blankets in my recording studio. That sucks. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but for now, we'll do some Phoenix Wright, shall we?
Ms. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Oh, look how pitiful he is, that's why. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. What? In West Clownopedia, born and raised? What were you singing? What was that? Name and occupation.
Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish?
I'm a clown. Oh, what was my voice? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my entire life. I added entire in there on my own. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion.
What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. That's his voice. Yeah, it's back. That was funny. Oh, okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist? Dr. Seymour Butts! How was that one? But a couple of clowns who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. He is singing the Prince of Bel-Air song. Your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct? Yes, it is.
Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into it.
Without the humor, please.
Okay.
Poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court.
It's probably for the best, Maya. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless, but I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? I'm afraid that wasn't an alibi at all. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you! I can't wait! Poor gumshoe. You're so right.
Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony?
Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Okay, don't talk too long, buddy. But I'm ready. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Why did he do that?
That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now.
He just said he saw silhouettes, Judge. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized.
However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him.
Aha, aha! That must be because of my insincere smile.
Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony.
I know that.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling.
I understand, Your Honor. Actually, I don't. Saber rattling? If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Yeah, but you have bad jokes of your own, so it's only fair. The night of the murder, you went straight back home, huh? You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Let's not make it 8 p.m. All right, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around.
Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke.
There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get hit with a whip. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony?
You are so boring.
Did you... So, okay. So it was at 10? Okay. I guess that's fine. You were pooped that night? Yes! I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu, Adam. Yeah, it is. It has beans in it. Sorry. What happened after that? As they say, happens. Aha, aha. That one was cool, huh? And I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply.
I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny, it just earned you a penalty.
I just pressed him. Okay, I'm not pressing you on anything I don't think is important. You glanced out the window, huh? Why? You just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed.
Mr. Curls!
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Yeah, I have to, right? I know that she could whip me, but this is one that I do need to know something more about. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? I need a burp. Ugh, that was kind of a burp. Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? Nopers. That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday. Once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. That's true. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, yow, yow! That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. Anyway, I believe it would be best if Mo would revise his testimony.
Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony.
They should start turning the tables in our favor. Okay. You heard a huge noise outside the window and that made him look outside. What about the huge thump? No, that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna press you on this. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say...
Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary.
Oh, how'd you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess that sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly.
Someone getting hit, huh?
What then? You went to look out the window and you saw?
2 silhouettes. They were far away, okay. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly how far away were they? Can I skip, thank you?
Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window.
Just 30 feet? That's not far at all.
It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility.
I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the 2 shadows that you saw.
It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak.
How can you be sure? You only saw their silhouettes. You'd say that you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away.
That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Ms. Von Karma. But now, I am 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols?
Uppity symbols? Are we gonna get to sing again?
Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? All right, everyone knows what to do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza!
Enough foolishness, get back on track.
Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw?
Okay. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with?
You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
Mo! Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
Objection!
The crime of murder. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, that was a weird way to phrase it, Phoenix.
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty.
Wow, that's a big penalty. Oh, hold on, let me do a better gulp. Was that better? Are they at all audible? Isn't this a bit melodramatic? Can I save before I get penalized?
So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime?
Of course I do. He said he saw their silhouettes. I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason?
Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony.
What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright?
Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit.
He did say that.
However, Mo just stated the following under oath.
I kept watching them and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
If Mo is to be believed, when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone.
In 1972, a crack.
Is that part of the song? I never watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I just know the theme song. And mostly just the
West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground is where I spent most of my time.
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court?
The C-Team theme?
No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick!
These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth.
Well,
Ah, you're back from your jog.
Well, it pretty much happened the way I said.
Pretty much.
When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement.
Von Karma! Tampering with witnesses again.
So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
You're laughing about a man's death. Mr. Curls!
Your Honor?
You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well. Then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn to court etiquette. Got it?
Got it.
Alright.
It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
That's what I said. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes?
It is a decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination.
I shouldn't be pressing him on everything since he tells jokes, but don't you think that you were going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
Yeah, I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max?
I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that.
It doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night?
You saw his uppity symbols. Right, but you didn't see his face.
Trilo said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and wore them?
I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap.
But you said you didn't see his face. The black cloak, they were all there. I believe that. I'm not gonna press him. His face was silhouetted, right? You were able to see that kind of detail from your window?
Objection! There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much.
Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like?
I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye. Records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20.
That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly.
The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes.
Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Interesting. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding?
That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. Excuse me. It must have been something incredibly hard.
Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure.
They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report.
With Trilo's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick, you've gotta find a contradiction in this.
That's not going to be enough.
What?
I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Could have only belonged to Max. Saw his uppity symbols, his silk hat, the black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted. Okay. Emblazoned with Max's 3 famous symbols. Yes, we know. What about that? What about the roses? Did you see the roses? Did you see the roses? The silk hat, the black cloak, they were all there. You didn't mention the roses. What about the roses? I want to save, but I'm gonna go with it. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols?
Yay! Everyone get ready, all together now!
Silk hat, cloak,
White roses.
what the? Who cares if he knew that there were not 3 or not? Whatever. He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.14. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. That's pretty good, actually. Order. Slam. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with his court. Or am I? I gotta run the ropes now. The tight ropes, if you will. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? Well, there's no way I can mistake wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols, blah, blah, blah. How could you mistake someone with that crazy get up and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing stubby 3-piece get up? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no Wright roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. True. Get contradicted.
Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, this witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% sure, certain, in fact, that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions to this next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
I know, Maya. The silhouette, part 2. There's no doubt in my mind. There were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. The decorations? He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Then why did it get left behind, is what I'm saying.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all it takes. Falling in love with snakes. Possibility. Stakes. Stakes. Okay. So he was wearing it the entire time, but we found it at the crime scene. No. Yeah, that's what I thought. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? Why did I skip that? My bad. The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No, that's not true.
Order, 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 Mr. Girls.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you are sitting above me doesn't mean, and no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you. Wah, 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 wah.
Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Girls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went. What do you mean, how did he leave his scene? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Objection! This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Ms. Von Karma's protest is useless.
You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did you leave the scene of the crime? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what?
Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene?
There's no footsteps, Your Honor. Ooh, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but there's no footsteps. Look at this picture. The problem is the footsteps in the snow.
Footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Ay, 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 ay. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to in court. It came to court in.
Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. If you think you've said more than enough I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Yeah, probably.
Mr. Lawrence Curls.
Yes?
The testimony you've provided up until now has been false.
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just
what?
It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Murmur.
Order. I will have order. Francisca Von Karma, how could you?
I bow. Your Honor, If you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
Ha! You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel.
Okay.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew! He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I bow. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactic is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
What do I think about this witness's testimony? I think it's time that I find out what I think about this witness's testimony next time on Phoenix Wright is Attorney. Thank you for watching. Feels good to be back into it. I've got some auditions to record, so I gotta save my voice. Plus, I gotta save myself the time since I still gotta edit this and have it go up. So, I had a lot of fun. It's good to be back. I'm hot. It's time to go take a shower, maybe work out a little, maybe record, maybe edit, maybe who knows. But I hope you know what you're gonna do with your day, and I hope it's gonna be a good one. Thanks for watching. If you liked, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon, and like the video. And I'll see you in the next one. All right? Have a great day now, you hear? Peace out.